Hello and welcome to the Barely Competent Podcast starring the Barely Competent cast. Today's cast is being Edgar and
Nate. And the Barely Competent Cast is a bi-monthly podcast. You can subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube. Links are in the show notes. Okay, so
Alright.
first episode. Pretty nerve-wracking.
We have some topics we want to talk about today and a couple of mini segments that we rolled earlier. We'll kick off the first mini segment with No Country for Old Memes.
It's high noon. Okay, man.
This is where we talk about trends that we should just retire and make way for the future of trends.
Yeah.
One I have that I get so annoyed from is live tweeting TV shows.
Live
That
tweeting TV shows.
yes, even like on Facebook or on Twitter, anywhere, all you see is people posting spoilers about all your new and favorite shows as soon as they're released, and for some reason they feel like they have to share what they're watching with the world.
Yeah, people always trying to give me like Game of Thrones spoilers, man. I'm like
Whoa, man,
2 seasons
are you
behind.
serious? Winter's here.
Yeah. I know, dude. I just saw like the spoilers. The kid he kills the girl and then he's like, "Yo, Jon Snow, I got her." I'm just like, okay,
Oh,
I'm done.
oh man. So if
I'm
anyone
done.
hasn't seen the show, those are spoiler alerts right there from this guy. Oh man, you have any things that should probably die, Nate?
Should die. Keep calm and carry on. That is absolutely terrible.
Ooh,
Okay, I'm on the Wikipedia article right now, and it's from a British poster that they made gearing up to World War II. And then the thing is, there's 3 posters, and this one is like the only one that's like popular. But why it pisses me off, one, it's annoying. It's everywhere now. And then two is like, especially with our generation, I feel like we don't have any respect to the history of where things came from, you know what I mean?
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so the other posters is freedom is in peril. Defend it with all your might. And it's like a teal color. And then the other one's a navy color. It says your courage, your cheerfulness, your resolution will bring us victory. And it's like, it's like
Those are
British
those are
history.
so inspiring. That touched my heart in a way that,
Yeah.
oh man, I feel
But now, yeah, it's everywhere. No one cares.
so. The only one that I actually care about is the keep calm.
Yeah, keep on and carry on.
Oh my god, and yeah, it's like used for everything and like for some pointless stuff too. Like sometimes they don't even make sense.
Yeah. I mean, like, going further upon, like, posters of World War II, like, there was a bunch of propaganda posters, like everyone knows. Like, okay, the urban myth where carrots gives you better eyesight, I think that was, correct me if I'm wrong, that was also a British poster. They did that so the enemy forces, especially like Germany and Japan, would over manufacture carrots for the war effort, while us allied countries would just like not spend the time investing our money and time in the carrots. Yeah, so all that started with these kind of posters. So I don't know why this one is so
Man,
popular. You know what I
those
mean?
carrot farmers must have had a good time during that war.
Yeah.
Oh man, they were bringing in the big bucks thanks to this myth.
Yep. Yep.
Do you think they started that myth?
What, the carrot farmers?
They just, yeah, maybe they're like, hey guys, we have this idea. These carrots, with enough, will like
Hell
give you
yeah, dude! If I
eyesight.
was a carrot farmer, I would do that. Okay, well, yeah.
All right, yeah. All right, so. Anyways, moving on to some bigger topics that we have planned. Nate, do you want to start with the topic you have again? You want to go to
Okay,
the?
so our main topics. Okay, let's go. My topic is Final Fantasy, and do we really need to call it Final Fantasy? So, I've been playing Final Fantasy as long as I can remember. The Legend of Mana series, which is kind of like a spiritual like cousin to
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. That's like one of my favorite games. But okay, so the thing is, Final Fantasy 15 breaks all the conventions of Final Fantasy. I mean, the story is about 4 dudes that go on a road trip, basically a bachelor party on wheels.
Oh, wow. To be honest, I have not seen the trailer. Like, I've seen some like snippets of it, but that's yeah. Why is it called Final Fantasy
Yeah,
now?
so
Like,
do we really need to call it Final Fantasy anymore? I mean, we already know that the polls show that Final Fantasy is dying in popularity. I mean, I think 2 years ago the Tales franchise outsold Final Fantasy, which is crazy because I never played a Tales game. I don't
Oh,
plan
wow.
on playing one either.
Wow, you're just gonna trash it before you get to play it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I've
that makes
I've
sense
seen
though.
gameplay. I don't really like that 3D fighter type thing
Oh
they go
no,
on.
yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, but Final Fantasy should it still be called Final Fantasy after all these changes, declining sales? Shouldn't they just like stop? 15's a nice round number, and I
That Yeah, I think that should be like the stopping point right there. Because I feel like after you can't just keep beating a dead horse as you keep
yeah
going. I mean, it might be fun for a while, but after a while, it gets repetitive, and the stories might be great, but it's gonna end up eventually being just a dying trend as usual. Things can't go on forever, and
yeah
sometimes you have to let it die.
yeah
It could be your source of income. It could be like, oh man, this is our trophy. We're gonna hold on to it forever. But at this point, like, can you really like keep it there? But I mean, with that story, it sounds like it shouldn't be called Final Fantasy. Like, if they're gonna break away from the trends they have, I feel like they should just why not make a new name for it?
yeah. I mean, the only Final Fantasy thing in this game is just like the animals, the chocobos and stuff,
Yeah,
and basically the magic. So don't know. They need to change it up.
they could have probably like changed it up during that. They could have made. I mean, they could have like got rid of the chocobos, maybe created a new creature, or just kept cars in the game, and like just made it like is it turn based or is it more like one of the recent?
It plays like Kingdom Hearts at the moment.
Yeah, why don't they just like try to make it towards Kingdom Hearts in the sense of gameplay? Because Kingdom Hearts, sells really really well. People love the gameplay of that game. The great story. The characters are fantastic.
Yeah, just
Square
as a brand
Enix
new
knows how to
IP. Yeah,
like yeah. So at this point, I feel like they should just create a new game,
yeah,
drop the title, and just like and make it in their own way instead of trying to rely on this title of theirs that they've been holding on to and like shoved
yeah.
down our
Just the
throats.
legacy of it is helping the game.
And you can't use that crutch forever because that
I we already saw what
eventually
happened to Lightning Returns. Like no one played that game because we didn't need three Final Fantasy 13 games.
yeah, that at that point they're just that was just them trying to just sell you garbage.
Mm.
They're just trying to like get the money in their pockets and out of
Hmm.
yours.
Okay, well, we got that out of the way. How about your topic?
All right. Well, my topic,
Yeah,
as we
yeah.
all know, is something that's really current right now,
What
and
is it?
it is getting all the kids outside their houses, all these introverts and extroverts alike.
Oh, mac and Cheetos.
No, not that. I mean, that's a great. To be honest, that's getting every kid out of their house and into the grocery store. But no, what we're going to talk about today is Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Nate, my good friend, has
Yeah,
not played Pokemon
yeah,
Go because he owns a very crappy phone, and
yeah. My phone's very
yeah,
old.
and he understands that. But the thing I want to know is if this is just a hype train that we're riding all the way into like a crash stop where Nintendo gets the back end of it, or is this game a popular trend that could create like a social experience? It could get kids like to join groups of friends to get together and maybe devise like some sort of strategy like to become the best Pokemon master in the game. What do you think, Nathan?
Okay, so that's a chunky question. So there's three parts.
Yes,
I
there are
hear.
three
Okay, so
parts.
one is, are AR games gonna be successful? Is that the first question?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go on that one. Yeah, because in a sense, since this is an AR game, most this like first and foremost, this is AR, and AR usually when you first hear about an AR game, we see that it's pretty cool. Like, oh no, alternate reality, augmented
Yeah,
reality. Whoops. Um, and that like hearing about that, it's pretty cool. Like every time I hear about an augmented reality game, I usually want to get hype about it because it seems really fun.
yeah, that's plausible.
So yeah, do you think that'd be
Yeah,
successful?
okay. And then the
Because
second question is this a good move for Nintendo? Just saying.
yeah, that's good. Basically, yeah.
Okay, and then the third question is, do you think it's gonna make kids more sociable?
Yeah, like will it get kids out, like even introverts and extroverts alike? Because sometimes it's like a struggle between like introverts to get out and have like a social dynamic. But like since this is like augmented
Mm-hmm,
reality
mm-hmm.
and also like a
Yeah.
game, will it like cause introverts like have fun with other people?
Okay, as an outsider and not playing the game yet, hopefully I'm downloading it soon. So the AR aspect, I don't think it's gonna trend even with this game because people don't know the history behind Pokemon Go, but it's actually just a reskin of Neotech's. I think that's the name of the company. It's Neotech's old game. They just reskinned it for Pokemon, and that's also an AR based game that wasn't very popular, or like it's not as mainstream as it is now. I'm not sure it's because the Pokemon name is behind it, but I don't think AR games are gonna stay.
I think it's probably because the Pokemon name, as we know from Final Fantasy, names have a big thing,
Yeah, just the
and I
IP.
think yeah. So I think that I think Pokemon Go might last for a bit, but I don't know how for the long term because from playing it, it seems like a fun activity to do. But the fact is, it's hard to like do more of it unless they added more stuff to
Yeah,
it.
I mean, like think about all the other things we could have made AR games for, and they haven't been popular. And then Nintendo's. This isn't the first time Nintendo's tried AR. Remember that when the 3DS first came out, it had a bunch of AR games.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, nothing came out of that. So I don't really think AR games are going anywhere, even with the Nintendo fan base. Okay, question two about this thing is this good for Nintendo? I think it absolutely is, cause I think this is the biggest like quote unquote third party release from Nintendo. Like it's not a Nintendo
Yeah,
made game; it's made by that company that made the AR game.
yeah,
And like this is a good step for Nintendo. If they really see Pokemon Go works, then that means we might get like a Nintendo game, like the makers of Halo make a Metroid game. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
this brings like
yes,
huge collab, um, and it can help Nintendo because they're struggling right now. They need
they
to
are.
freaking get games out.
Especially since they're basically being like Sony and keeping the same titles they have, not really trying to be creative with their games lately.
Yeah, but Sony has like a bunch of studios, like Nintendo doesn't.
I
So
know. I mean, I'm just saying,
this could
like,
open it up for them.
if this happens, this would be great because we can probably see more games coming out, more collabs, like better gameplay options. I feel like this has a lot of potential in the long run.
Yeah, I mean like the new Legend of Zelda Breath of Wild
Oh,
already plays
bless.
like a Western RPG. So why can't we get someone like Bethesda or something big like that behind it?
Oh man, if we had these kind of, if were progressive enough, we could get this stuff. This
Yeah.
moment.
So this is great for Nintendo. Like it's gonna if it, yeah. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds?
Okay, so the third option. What is the third?
The third question you gave me is,
Yeah,
do you think it's
social
good
social
as a
experience.
social experience? So the thing for this is even at my workplace, people are actually talking about this. Like Pokemon has already been a game about social aspects, trading with random kids. I do it all the time because I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
But no one really talks about it Pokemon openly. You know, you just can't go up to a person and be like, "Hey, you play Pokemon?" But I think the accessibility of a cell phone and everyone has one, everyone always looking at it. You can just like ask
Yeah.
because it's already out. They're already on their phone. You can be like, "Hey, are you playing Pokemon Go?" I think that aspect is really good. I see people like talking about it all the time, and without like it's like the cool thing now.
Hmm.
Do I think it's gonna actually make gamers more sociable? Probably not.
That makes
I
sense.
don't think
Yeah.
so.
I don't know.
Cause yeah, I already heard stories of people just staying on their phone, just looking at it without paying attention to what's happening around them.
Oh, yep. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's only like a small selection of us, but I could see that happening. I mean, people are on their phones all the time now.
The only reason I bring this up is because back at my college right now, there's groups of people like out at the park. Like I heard like just different squads getting together as if like they were a team of people and just looking around for Pokemon. So
That sounds
just
awesome.
hearing that story over there, made me think, would it be a good social experience for like the rest of the world? But as like you said, people are people are drawn to their phone, and regardless, like even if this was an augmented reality game, or not, people still keep their faces in their phone. I keep my face in my phone sometimes because one, I have a lot of things going on my phone that I don't care much about the outside, but I usually have at least an eye out.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, at the mall, I was on my phone while my girlfriend just like dragged me along while I
Yeah,
looked for Pokemon.
I mean that's understandable.
But yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like I feel like for now, it's not gonna be like a huge social experience. I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah, it's probably more like a social experiment
Yeah, at
than
that point, yeah.
experience. Yeah, who knows?
All right, guys, thanks for joining in today. Today, we actually sadly have run out of topics. That was all of our topics today,
Mm, mm.
and we want to thank you for joining us for our pilot episode.
Yes.
Do you have any last words to say? Any sign off before we go, Nate?
You can follow me on no social media. I'm working on that. I'm sorry, I'm old fashioned. Very nervous. I feel like I've talked too fast this episode. Edgar, I'm gonna give it back to you. You want to put in some inserts?
Yeah. If you want to give us any notes on how to improve our
Yes.
podcast, maybe topics, anything that you think that we may have messed up on, or like we could improve on, because I know that since I'm starting off new, I may be using too many filter words, going too fast, maybe mumbling a bit, but any comments are appreciated,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I hope to hear from you guys. So thanks for
Please.
joining us today.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. It's been
It's been a
yeah,
pleasure. It's been
great
great.
time.
All right, guys. Hope you have a great day.
Oh, signing
Stay
off.
awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Well,
what's the next topic? We ran out.
I don't know. Let's cut it here. Let's cut it here for a bit.
Okay.
1622. Okay.